What about? Don't touch me, sir. What's wrong with you?
Stop.
Don't touch me. I'm not.
Stop.
Don't touch me.
You're being detained. Stop.
I'm not being detained.
Stop. You are.
No.
You are.
On March 4th, 2025, Broward County deputies responded to Fort Lauderdale Airport following battery reports on an incoming flight. This case involves critical questions about detention authority, battery law, and resistance.
Thank you. Moment. So then she ended up to escalate on her own. She threw water on the passenger that was in the exit row. They turned around to the bottle out of all they were talking. These two gentlemen are having a conversation.
Was this
In the air. So she would not cooperate. So now this gentleman here are going to come on and talk to you. They want to press charges against her. So do you, I don't know her name or nothing. So when she comes up here, do I just have her to step aside?
Just give us 1 sec. Just hang out 1 second. I got 2 more coming. I'm on camera, so you know. The day attorney's going to be there. It was up in the air. It's fence. We get detained, but as far as the charges and everything, that goes to the fence. So he's going to be taking primary.
Alright, let me call Max.
Yeah.
Alright, good stuff.
You will brief my partner here. So far, in the air, a woman, for whatever reason, was causing disturbance, threw water on several passengers, several of whom want to press charges now. I advise the air marshal there that that's what's up in the air that's fed, unless we get any more information that I don't know about. There are 2 alleged victims, or at least one right here waiting to talk to us. That's what we got. And the female's still on the front. Come on.
Are they related?
Are they involved? Okay.
Did they tell you to leave the deplane?
No, they're deplaned first.
Okay.
So you can take them off the jet bridge.
Okay.
Everybody else.
Perfect.
Yeah, where's the...
Keep walking.
Hold up.
What about? Don't touch me, sir. What's wrong with you?
Stop.
Don't touch me. I'm not.
Stop.
Don't touch me.
You're being detained. Stop.
I'm not being detained
Stop.
for
You are.
shit. No.
Under Terry versus Ohio from 1968, law enforcement may conduct investigative detentions with reasonable suspicion, a lower standard than probable cause, for arrest. Reasonable suspicion requires specific, articulable facts that would lead a reasonable officer to suspect criminal activity. Here, deputies have an air marshal report and multiple victim statements alleging battery. This clearly meets the Terry standard, establishing lawful authority to detain the passenger for investigation. The detention is constitutionally sound under the Fourth Amendment.
I just got off a flight. What the f*** are you detained for? Why are you grabbing me like this?
I got it.
I'm not even moving. I'm not even moving.
Stop.
Resistance.
Stop, ma'am.
I'm not even moving.
Okay. Let them put handcuffs on
I'm
you.
not moving. I'm literally not moving. Why are you pulling my arm so hard?
What state you from?
I said stop several times, ma'am. You're not complying. You need to comply.
I'm not putting my arm.
Back up.
Get back or you go too.
That has nothing to do with somewhere. Did you grab me like you stupid? Stupid ass crap. What the f*** you grabbing me like that for? I'm not even moving. You have me in handcuffs. Why are you still holding me? Then you put the handcuffs tighter than my pants on my arm. Give me my shoes. Give me my uniform.
Yeah, because you tricked me. Because you tricked me.
I tripped you? You're literally standing on my clothes and you're telling me I tripped you? You're throwing me into the... Why are you throwing me?
Sit down. Sit down. Sit down.
Sit. All right.
Sit down.
To the wall. And you're doing all of this, telling me I tripped you.
Sit down.
Back up. How the f*** am I gonna trip you?
Please.
He's slamming me into the wall.
Gentlemen.
I didn't do
Gentlemen.
anything.
Gentlemen.
I just got home.
Yeah.
With these
Let's go over here.
Come on.
Come on over here. Here, you come back here.
I didn't do anything. I didn't do it. Why did he just do that?
So, what happened?
So basically, we were having a conversation.
This is the person that.
Yeah.
Okay.
We were having a conversation within the flight, and she turned around and said, "You're bothering us with your conversation."
Okay.
We were speaking in Spanish.
Okay.
Which may have nothing to do with it, but she got really aggressive to the point where she turned around and threw a water Coke bottle in my face.
She threw it.
Coke
The liquid or the bottle itself?
The bottle. An empty bottle.
An empty bottle.
It didn't do much damage. I gotta get that.
Okay, but did it hit you?
Right in my face.
Right in your face.
Right in my face.
Like a plastic bottle or aluminum or
As soon as plastic bottle. As soon as I hit my face, he said like, let it go, just let it go. But I can't. So I got up and I went to the flight attendant and I told her what happened, and she offered to maybe change her of seats or change us of seats, depending on her convenience really.
Okay.
And so we changed seats.
Okay.
And that's basically it. But she threw a water bottle in my face, and because she didn't like our conversation.
Okay.
That was basically it.
All right. Did you get hit with any of that?
I didn't know that he did.
Okay. And was this up in the air or was this on the ground? In the air. Was there any further altercation on the ground?
No.
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 We were just having a chat, and out of the blue she said, "Shut up."
Okay.
So we're business partners. So we're talking about business.
Okay.
And as she just turned around, threw the water bottle, it flew into my face. As soon as that happened,
The actual bottle or just the liquid?
the actual bottle.
And it hit you in the face.
As soon as that happened, I got up and talked to the stewardess and told her what happened.
Okay.
And I asked to either
I'll give it to you.
change
I'll give it to you. You'll get it.
Yeah.
This is the person that we need to talk to.
You'll get earnings. You'll get earnings. It's fine. It's right here. It's fine. Give me it.
Everything is good talk about. Relax, y'all.
We tried. We tried.
Oh man.
Y'all get the officer's badge number?
Yeah.
7573.
Magic.
Which one of y'all? No, that's all I need. I got it.
All right. Okay. All right. He might be downstairs, dude. His car might be downstairs. Dave, let me check. You want to fix him?
I'm trying to make you as comfortable as possible, but you gotta relax, okay? You're getting yourself amped up. Listen. Bend forward. Relax, okay? Come on,
Florida Statute 784.03 defines battery as intentionally touching or striking another person against their will, or intentionally causing bodily harm. Critically, the statute does not require injury, only unwanted contact. Throwing an object that strikes someone constitutes battery under Florida law. The intent element is satisfied by the voluntary act of throwing. Intent to harm is not required, only intent to throw. If the object strikes another person, battery is complete.
Folks. No. Somewhere else, please. Somewhere else, please. Thank you. All right. She's under arrest,
For Charlie 7?
Well, yeah. So the stuff that happened up in the air is one thing, but then she obstructed. She resisted on the ground, so. There's victims, they want to press charges.
Are they over there?
They are over there.
Okay. You mean here? He's gonna reach out.
No, we're good here. We're just waiting for the keys. He's bringing the keys. Sarge, yeah.
Why do I have to go in the back of the car?
Some of that, instead of them try to find some ways to solve it, they didn't even come to it.
From?
They were right behind me.
Okay. When you say they, who's they?
Both of the guys.
Both those two guys.
yes.
Okay.
Right behind me, and guess what? They speak English. I didn't even know that. You know what they telling me? In English, they talk among each other to poke me for me to turn around and say something. They was like, "Oh, shut up," or "You be quiet," and speaking in Spanish louder. And you know how Spanish sound?
Imagine how Spanish sound. I'm not knocking. I love Spanish.
I'm just saying. I'm South Florida.
Look, I go más mito. I know Spanish a little bit, but and we on the plane. You're not even being mindful. Like I said, as we in the plane, it's already blocking my ears.
Right.
I gotta hear you. Like I said, I'm not saying to shut up completely.
Right.
Because everybody else on the plane talking, but you barely hear them.
So they didn't put their hands on nobody. You didn't put your hands on nobody.
Nobody.
Nobody threw anything. There wasn't water getting splashed around or anything stupid like that.
I just know I had a ball in my hand, got aggravated. I thought we just threw it in the air. I don't know. I just got aggravated. I didn't hit nobody.
Okay.
I was just like, going, so can I just like be like, you know what I'm saying, like this, like, can I just like whatever.
So everybody's getting loud a little.
Because I talked to them first, then I reported it, they didn't do nothing about it, and they came back to their seat and got louder and poking me. I'm trying to tell you, they blocking that part where they did. They came back to the seat and started talking louder, and this is what they said. Oh, you be quiet. They said it in English.
Right.
That part right there, you be quiet in English, and then they started speaking more in Spanish and stuff. Exactly. And mind you, she was trying to sleep.
Right.
Before she got involved, she was trying to sleep, and there was another girl, the one that walked away. She's real quiet. She said she's quiet, but she can tell you herself.
Right.
They was being rude, and they're just playing victim right now. I'm not knocking y'all playing victim,
Right.
but stop playing victim. You started the whole thing. Like, I'm not understanding that. We on the plane. Y'all pay for y'all legs to get space. I pay for a peaceful plane trip. Like, I'm not understanding that.
Okay.
The subject admitted throwing a bottle when aggravated. This admission, combined with victim statements they were struck, establishes all elements of battery. The subject's claim that passengers provoked her by speaking loudly provides no legal defense. Under Florida law, verbal annoyance or rudeness does not justify physical force. Self-defense requires reasonable belief of imminent physical harm, not mere irritation. Her statement that she became aggravated undermines any defense claim and confirms unlawful conduct. When deputies attempted detention, the subject pulled away, refused commands, and prevented handcuffing. This brings us to Florida Statute 843.02. This statute makes it a first-degree misdemeanor to resist, obstruct, or oppose any officer in lawful execution of duty without offering violence. The key word is lawful. Deputies must be engaged in lawful duty for this statute to apply. As established, this detention was legally justified under Terry. Physical resistance to a lawful detention, pulling away, refusing to comply, preventing handcuffing, meets all elements of resisting without violence. The subject repeatedly claims she was not resisting while actively pulling away. Under law, citizens do not have authority to resist lawful detention, even if they disagree with the basis. The remedy for unlawful detention is through the courts, not physical resistance on the scene. This principle protects both officer safety and the rule of law. Now we examine the force used by deputies under Graham v. Connor from 1989. This Supreme Court case established the objective reasonableness standard for all use of force. Force must be judged from the perspective of a reasonable officer on the scene, not with hindsight. 3 factors must be considered. First, severity of the crime. Battery is a misdemeanor, relatively minor. Second, whether the suspect poses immediate threat. The subject was unarmed and the alleged battery involved water. Low threat. Third, whether the suspect is actively resisting or attempting to flee. This factor clearly applies. The subject actively resisted from initial contact through handcuffing. Balancing these 3 factors, deputies use soft control techniques, arm holds, and body positioning. Despite active resistance and offensive language, no strikes or weapons were used. This demonstrates restraint and adherence to the use of force continuum. The force applied was objectively reasonable and proportional under Graham v. Connor. For their handling of this incident, the Broward County deputies receive a grade of B+. Their legal authority was clear and properly exercised. Commands were direct and unambiguous. Force was appropriate and proportional, with notable restraint despite provocation. They conducted thorough victim interviews and maintained professional demeanor throughout. The B+ reflects only that the initial approach was somewhat abrupt. A brief verbal announcement before physical contact might have reduced defensive reaction. Though the detention remained legally justified, the passenger receives a grade of D. She committed battery by throwing an object that struck another passenger. Provocation does not justify this conduct under Florida law. More seriously, she actively resisted lawful detention, transforming an investigative stop into arrest for resisting without violence under statute 843.02. Her physical resistance was a choice that directly caused escalation and criminal charges. The D rather than F reflects mitigation. She ceased resistance once secured and did not escalate to violence. The passengers who were struck receive a grade of A-. They did not retaliate physically despite provocation. They reported the incident through proper channels: flight crew during flight, then law enforcement upon landing. They provided clear, consistent statements and pursued charges through the legal system. This is textbook appropriate response to being a crime victim. The A- rather than full A reflects only that their conversation may have been loud on the aircraft, a courtesy issue, not a legal one. Key lessons from this case. First, reasonable suspicion permits investigative detention. Officers need not have probable cause for arrest to lawfully stop and question. Second, battery requires only unwanted touching. Injury is not required. Throwing objects that strike others is criminal conduct, regardless of claimed intent. Third, resisting lawful detention creates additional criminal charges. Citizens must comply with lawful police orders and seek remedy through courts if detention is unjustified. Fourth, use of force is evaluated objectively based on circumstances known to officers at the time. Restraint and proportionality are key factors in assessing reasonableness. Finally, provocation and verbal rudeness never justify physical force. Self-defense requires imminent physical threat, not annoyance or disrespect. Let us know if there is an interaction or legal topic that you would like us to discuss in the comments below. Thank you for watching.